Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got first up a Festbier tonight. So I've done a couple of these, just getting into the Oktoberfest celebrations a little bit late. But yeah, we didn't get too many of them in Australia as in the German stuff. I've had a few local breweries do their own take like this one, but yeah, I don't think it's been as popular this year round. Even some of the bigger breweries that normally do them sort of held off. So maybe they just don't sell, so they don't bother making them. So yeah, this one's called FESTGOLD, and it's by Banks Brewing. It's just their take on a Festbier at 4.8%. And I'm going to drink it in my new Banks glass with the little seagull on it. Here comes Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk. Up you get. Come on. God. Cheers to the chat. We have Hamish. How are you, mate? I'm going well. Work was pretty quiet today, pretty cruisy. We had some dramas, so we sort of couldn't really do much. I had lasagna. It was delightful. Yeah, we've had really shit weather lately, but today was actually good. I was sitting outside with the dogs before. Haven't been able to do that for a while. Cheers, Trav. How you going? Yeah, I'm probably early bed tonight as well, but I thought I'll do a few beers first. I didn't do any I did one last night, but early. I was going to come back and do more, and I just got too tired. Yep. Cheers, Rob. Yeah, geez, that's pretty hot. I had a mate that was just up there recently and had a good time. Cheers, Craig. Cheers, Dan. A few people in already. It's good to see. So yeah, after this one, I'm going to do a new brewery to me out of New Zealand. They're called, I think they've been around for a little while. They're called Double Vision. They've got a bit of hype around them. They're from the same city as Garage Project. Their beers are pretty pricey, so hopefully that's a good thing because I've had a brewery called Small Gods out of New Zealand and their beers were pricey. And I was like, I don't know if I want to drink them. They're pretty dear. But then when I had them, I was like, I could understand the cost. Like they were really well brewed. So I'm hoping it's the same sort of thing. But yeah, let's get into this Festbier first. Yeah, it was unreal just sitting out in the backyard earlier. Hopefully I can do that the rest of the week. I've taken 3 days off next week because I've got Oasis gig earlier in the week and then I've got Metallica later in the week. So it's going to be a pretty hectic week. Can't wait. The old bank balance is already struggling at the moment, so it's going to be rooted after next week. I'll pour a bit more just so we can get it right up the top. Hopefully everyone's had a good week so far. Looks pretty good. So Festbiers can they can vary in colour a bit like a Marzen. This one's carbonation looks fairly active, but it's weird because it's all to one side. It's real strange. Maybe there's some shit in the glass that's sort of causing it to go off center a bit. But yeah, it's reasonably clean and clear. I would say like a light straw color. Looks a bit darker in the camera. It's about probably a 3-finger white foamy head. Looks really good. I would say probably medium body. Looks a bit more full than your average Festbier. Let's go a whiff. Oh, yep. Yep. I'm still yet to try that 4X bitter. I want to try it. So let's go a whiff. Shush. Definitely bready. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, I've probably had half a dozen beers from him and been well impressed. I just don't see enough of them. Carlin Cellars is generally where I've seen them, and I remember someone told me that there's a bar in North Melbourne where they're quite often hanging out. When they come to Australia, they always seem to be at this particular bottle shop or bar or something. Cheers, Hamish. Yeah, like I've even had a table beer from Small Gods and impressed me. But yeah, I think I've had a dark lager, a West Coast, a hazy, a table beer. I might have had like a something weird, like a Scotch ale or something. Yeah, maybe I've had 5 from them. I don't think I've had a stout. Yeah, trash, terrible. It was okay today, but every other day's been shit house. Today was actually good. I was sitting outside with the dogs for a few hours, but yeah, it's still cold in the morning and at night and stuff. But yeah, we just happened to get a bit of sun today, thank God. I can start getting a bit of colour in the old skin again. Now, whiff of this beer. Yeah, it's like a bready, biscuity, like straw. Little Jackie's stomach's rumbling. It made a real funny noise. He just ate, so that's weird. Maybe he's ate too much. It went, "Ooh." Up here, mate. Come on. Fine then. Yeah, I hate when the backyards and that get real sludgy. So that's what's happened with me. Like I've got a real massive backyard and I don't have a ride-on mower. So it got to a point where it was taking me a whole Saturday just to do my lawns. And I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm just going to pay someone to do it for me. So I get these gardeners around and they took forever to come the last time because of all the rain. And yeah, they finally got here and they cut the grass and yeah, now it's all like sludgy and yeah, it's just shit. Like I really need some dry weather just to make it inviting again. Like I don't even want to go out there. Maybe a slight like spice note, like some pepper or something like that. And yeah, we're live on Twitch as well on this one. I think from now on, I'm just going to stream. Whenever I do a stream, it's just going to be YouTube and Twitch as well. I just got recommended to do it, so I don't even know how to use Twitch. I'm hopeless. But because on StreamYard, you can select like up the top which platforms you want to use. So it's just the same as doing YouTube. Anyway, let's get into this bad boy. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Joshy. Oh, that's good. It's got a bit of earthiness. Definitely reckon they've used like noble hops. Rumble, yeah. And another one I've heard is Kick. It's more just trying to sort of introduce new people to the channel and stuff. And I mean, if like, yeah, one takes off and another one goes as well, you could sort of, you can go all right on a few different platforms. But yeah, it's just more, for me, it's always just been more the community. So like just building a community, getting people into craft beer and yeah, making friends wherever you travel and shit like that. Pretty cruisy. We had some like breakdowns, like some shit went wrong, and a lot of the day, we're just standing around waiting. So we're just talking shit about like Melbourne Cup and I don't know, like music and sport and whatever, like just random conversations. The boys can't believe I'm going to see Oasis and Metallica in the same week. I think they're pretty jealous. One guy goes, "Geez, it's a lot different, Oasis and Metallica." I'm like, not really. Like, yes, Metallica used to be real heavy back in the day, and Oasis are more sort of like grungy. I don't know, like they're still like rock. Like, yeah, you wouldn't say they're that different. It'd be a different story if I said I was going to like Coldplay and Cannibal Corpse. Yeah. Yeah, well, we had to do this like maintenance thing, and that slowed the day down. But then after that, when we were finally like up and about and things were going all right, then other shit went wrong. So yeah, it was a bit unexpected. It's amazing though when you work somewhere. A lot of like your older machinery or older equipment always seems to be more reliable. All the new shit that's worth heaps of money just seems to break down and fuck up all the time, and the old stuff just keeps plugging away. They just don't make shit like they used to. It's always real cheap and rushed and yeah, Judas Priest breaking the law, breaking the law. It's trying to like. It's definitely got an earthy note and like a peppery note. But there's something else there. I just can't put my finger on what it is. It's like bready, it's biscuity, but there's just something else there. Like it's almost like it's tart. And I just yeah, for the life of me, I can't sort of work out what it is. Yeah. I reckon next time I go to Queensland I'll go to I obviously want to go to the sunny coast, but yeah, part of me wants to go to the Gold Coast too, just for some of the breweries there. And I obviously want to go to Australia Zoo. Yeah, for sure. You're still cranking the old Bad Omens. How good are the tunes? I was in the shower, like yeah, when I was in the shower before, I had yeah Bad Omens playing President, Sleep Token, and Thornhill. They're all sort of that. They're all got that sort of similar vibe to them. And I feel like they're all trying to sort of be like, well, apart from Sleep Token, but I feel like the others are trying to be like Sleep Token. I don't even smoke, so I can't answer that question. Yeah. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, hit the old thumbs up too, peeps. Got a few in tonight, which is good. This isn't even the main event. I'm actually really looking forward to these double vision beers. Have you had double vision before, Steve? I feel like I might have had a pour of one maybe at Carwin Cellars or at a festival or something. I've definitely seen the name before, but I just can't remember having like a can or anything. I just put a bet on the cup horse named Trav. 200 to 1. Awesome. Hopefully it gets up for you. I actually got to remember too to take some cash to work tomorrow because I'm in like a few sweeps, and yeah, because I'm not at work next week, they'll be chasing me up for cash. Did you say that somewhere the other day? I feel like I read that recently. Oh, cool. Cheers, Smokey. I probably had long hair then. Welcome in. What was the review? Yeah, I only started my channel just over a year ago, dude. I've been sort of part of the beer review community for quite a while, just yeah, sort of being in people's chats and yeah, like I got pushed and pushed so many times to start a channel, and then I finally did it. I just didn't have the technology, to be honest. I'm not one to really use computers and cameras and all that shit very often. So yeah, I just then one day I just went fuck it and I bought a laptop, and then all of a sudden just started doing beer reviews. Good one, Joshy. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I feel like you. I don't know. I feel like I heard that one from you recently. I just remember reading it in the chat. Maybe it was. It could have been on another channel, maybe. But so yeah, I'm off work next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I've got the Oasis gig on Tuesday night, and I was just like, fuck it. I haven't had any like a row of days off for a while, so may as well use some holidays and just relax. Go to Melbourne for 2 full days, and yeah, obviously I can just relax at home on the Monday after the weekend. So it sort of turns 2 days off in a row to 5 days off, which is good. And I can watch the Melbourne Cup as well. Yeah, yeah, bloody oath. It's so good when you're at like a sporting event or a concert or something, and just the atmosphere, and yeah, it's just like so cool. Oh, cool. Yeah, you'll have to subscribe, mate, and hang around. I do these sort of live streams quite often. Um, yeah, generally, if I'm working mornings, I'll do beer reviews most nights, and then sometimes I'll do panels where I'm hanging out with other people. And yeah, I do beers from like probably mainly Australia and New Zealand, but I try to get hold of other stuff as well. I have, I feel like as far as beer reviewers go globally, even though I'm in Australia, I probably drink just as much, if not more, American stuff than what a lot of other like UK and European reviewers do. And quite often I'll get hold of good like English stuff and that as well. But yeah, it's cool that you're based in New Zealand. Got a couple of Kiwi followers. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is what the double vision cans look like. It actually, Steve, it actually reminds me a bit of Vessel if he had a hood on. So yeah, it's a West Coast IPA called the Embalmer. And then for you ACDC fans out there, the New Zealand double IPA called Thunderstruck. Pretty cool cans. So yeah, I'll be doing them as soon as I finish this one. Yeah, Garage Project, one of my favourite breweries, dude. One thing that annoys me with them now, though, is they contract brew somewhere here in Australia, and whenever you get the Aussie Garage Project stuff, it's just not as good as the proper Kiwi stuff. So it sort of annoys me. Like I just want the real shit. Yeah, they tend to go for like decent Aussie artists and artists that rugby fans actually like instead of. I feel like the AFL just tries to appeal to like, I don't know, just your general population. Like they'd get some chick singer that most guys that go to footy wouldn't even be into. That's cool. So yeah, you're relatively new to like craft beer and stuff. No, it's a different world once you get right into it, dude. You just got to get out there and try heaps of different styles and heaps of breweries, and you start to sort of pick out exactly what you like. I've been into it since like 2012, so hence why I'm quite knowledgeable and have tried so many beers. Yeah, for sure. I still can't figure out what that is. Like it could be just like I just get this like peppery, earthy, like hay slash straw sort of like hop character. And then it's like something's like slightly tart. Like it's almost like it's sort of farmhousey. Yeah, it's weird. But it's a good beer though. Very bready. Banks are killing it just with different styles and that. I love the fact this year they've done heaps of English style beers. Them and Boat Rocker have both been sort of doing the same. Do you know it's amazing, dude? Is Melbourne gets the best rugby league crowds in the country. Melbourne Storm games are always sold out. State of Origin here is always fucking massive. They pay out on the AFL all the time, all the rugby league fans, and it's like, well, at least our fans show up. You go to fucking Sydney rugby league games, and there's about 5,000 people there. I don't want to cross the river. I don't want to go 2 suburbs away from where I live. Yeah, Melbourne's just a fucking rad city for sports and entertainment. Just a shame it's fucked with so many other things. I'll be there in a few days. Woo-hoo. I've got to do this whiskey tasting. I need to email them and say, look, I'm coming down for a show. I want to taste your whiskey. Let me in on a group. I promise I will buy a bottle. Oh, you're going to buy a bottle? Oh, yeah, no worries. Come in. Yeah. Nah, dude, don't do it. If you're going to try Voodoo Rangers, try the proper American ones. Voodoo Ranger in Australia and New Zealand is shit. It's real shit. You'll have them and you'll be real disappointed. But there are some decent ones in America, I've heard, but yeah, in Australia and New Zealand and England, they make Voodoo Ranger at other places, and it's this just shithouse, watered down craft beer. And like I've tried quite a few of them, and I've been like absolutely appalled by them. They were that bad. But I've got a mate that's an English beer reviewer. He's had the proper American stuff, and then he's had the English stuff, and he's like, yeah, you can actually get some good American ones. But he said, don't bother with any of the ones that are brewed outside of the US. I want to go to a hockey game here in Australia. I've never been. I've always been a massive ice hockey fan, but just never been to a game here. Obviously, I love footy. I love league. Soccer, I'm sort of, I don't know. I was right into it back in the day, but not so much now. It just shits me with sports where there's like a huge gap in like money. Like in the Premier League, how teams like Man City and that, they've just got so much money, and then there's these other teams that are just never going to be able to compete with them. I like sports where there's an even playing field and there's a salary cap, and that's what's good about AFL. You're never going to get teams in AFL that just dominate every year because of like salary caps and trades and draft picks and stuff. It changes it up. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of like peated whiskey. I love it. I was thinking about maybe doing the occasional review on here, but we'll see how we go. Even some wine reviews every now and then. I should just have like dedicated sort of days of the month where I do like a spirit or a wine. It just shits me how expensive spirits are in Australia. Yeah, I think so. NBA is fucking shit. I lost interest in the NBA when they went through all that fucking political crap, advertising it on their jerseys and stuff. Go away. Yeah. I got, I got into hockey when I was really young, like, and then when Mighty Ducks movies come out, I was like obsessed. Yeah, O'Brien Ice House. Yeah, one of my mates, she's like into craft beer. She goes to every single Melbourne Ice game. I think she's got like one of her family members is like one of the coaches or something. Yeah, yeah, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, it's just so ridiculous how expensive it is. Like there's a rye whiskey called Michter's. It's just a basic American rye whiskey, and I really want to try it because a few of my American beer mates do whiskey reviews every now and then, and they rated that really high for a rye. And I think it was only $30 a bottle in America. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome, like really good value for money. And then when I went to buy a bottle here, it was $140. I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not buying that shit. Like I know there's a difference in dollar and distribution, but yeah, it's not it's definitely the tax. It's driving the price up that much. Does Australia have local liquor stores like America? You mean like little small liquor stores like in country towns and stuff? Yeah. They're not as sort of common just because Australia has superstores like Dan Murphy's and that, so most people go to those. They were more common back in the day, like see in my hometown, Warrnambool, my brother's best mate, his dad, he was last name was Lynch, and they like passed down from generations. They had the main like liquor store in Warrnambool, Lynch's Liquor, and yeah, that used to have all awesome spirits and wine and craft beers and stuff. And yeah, probably used to do really well back in the day. But then all of a sudden, Dan Murphy's comes to Warrnambool and yeah, just fucks them. Yeah, yeah, that's just sitting in the driveway. Yeah, that was just in a recent photo. I don't know why I even took that. I think every now and then, just with thumbnails, it's like I'm looking for some different backdrop just to change it up. Try Smokehead. Oh yeah, yeah. So far, I've had Ardbeg, I've had Lagavulin, I've had Lefroy, I've had I think it's Port Charlotte. I haven't had Octomore yet. I've heard that's good. I've had a couple of the sort of cheaper ones just from like Liquorland and stuff, but yeah, I really liked Ardbeg 10. I thought that was great. But see, even that's like fucking way overpriced here. In America, I think they can get a bottle of Ardbeg 10 for about 40 or $50, and in Australia, it's like 110, 120. Yeah. Yeah, I think the most I've ever paid for a whiskey is probably 150 or so. I've paid stupid money for some beers though, like just one beer. I've paid some silly money. Finally, I've finished it. No, I haven't. There's still some in the can. Spirits are high tonight. I'm in a good mood. I think, yeah, like I don't feel as tired, and I think a nice day too helps. But also, yeah, having a cruisy day at work, I'm not like sort of physically and mentally spent. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out for that smokehead, dude. Where are they? Where is it from? Is it Scottish? How's me rolling with the VB hat tonight? Yeah, dude, same thing. Love chilling with a cigar. I'm not a smoker, but like I don't know, just a special event or if I'm on holidays or something, love a cigar, but refuse to buy them in Australia. Just the price is just fucking outrageous. Last time I bought a cigar was this fucking tiny little, it would have been about that big and like fairly thin Dominican. It was like $50 for one fucking cigar. And it was not even like a big, thick Cuban like thing. And then I looked up the price of what the same thing costs in the USA, $3.50. So yeah, I fucking flipped my shit and said I'm never fucking having a cigar again in Australia unless someone knows how to get them cheap somewhere. I'll just wait till I go fucking Asia again, or yeah, that's just stupid. Redbreast 12 is Irish. Yeah, yeah, I don't mind some Irish whiskies. Definitely a different flavour to Scottish. But yeah, I'm not really familiar with Irish whiskies as to what's really good. I've only ever had just the basic shit like Jameson and Tullamore Dew and all those real basic ones that you get in fucking Dan Murphy's and that. Smokehead do a twisted stout with chocolate stout undertone. Ooh. Hello. That sounds good. Yeah, what's that all about? I remember seeing the picture of it, and it looks like it's exposed, like on the side. Like they could kick the ball and it would go out. Fucking stupid. I can't stand any of the sport and that in those countries. It's got no soul. It's like I don't know. I just feel like visiting those countries, the places that have no soul. They're just fucking man-made, fucking multi-billion-dollar places just in the middle of a shithole desert. When I travel, I like to see like actual old school architecture and like old pubs with fucking crooked corridors and just random shit like that. Not everything looking like real pristine and yeah, just no life to it. Off topic, just slightly. Yeah, yeah, it's fucking shit. New Zealand's like us do, us too, and Canada are really bad with fucking taxes on anything. Yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't. I don't know. Even if there's these real flash places and you can drive around in a Lambo and all that sort of shit, I could just think of like fucking 200 other places I would rather go than that shithole. I just got no interest in it at all. All these wealthy cunts just showing off, and it just wouldn't be my vibe. I'd like to go somewhere where I can just get rowdy as fuck and not worry about getting locked up and having my hands cut off. Cheers, Joey. Fucking oath, that would be good. Yeah, exactly. I just can't stand how they get all the big events now. You can just tell they're just getting the what are they? The sheiks are just handing out money just so they get all the events. And you'll watch a fucking boxing match there or Formula One or whatever, and there's just no fucking life. It's just so fucking boring. Shit atmosphere. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm a huge fight fan. Every time I watch a fighting event there, it's fucking shit. They can't even drink. Everyone in the crowd just these sheiks that look like they're not even into fucking UFC and stuff. They're just there to be seen on TV. Pray for Jamaica. What happened there? Yeah, I have heard of it, dude, but yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start to get something like that. Cheers, Luke. Welcome in, brother. We're getting a few newbies. It's good. And it's through YouTube as well. Twitch is doing nothing for me. But yeah, as I was saying to Smokey B, he's just joined tonight too. I do beer reviews most nights, but it's like just random hangouts talking shit to people. Um I'm one of those people you can tell if I'm in a good mood or a bad, and thankfully I'm in a good mood tonight. Yeah, just general banter. We're always talking about music or sport or just anything really. But yeah, obviously I do beer reviews. I every now and then I'll have people up on a panel just talking shit. It's good times. I've been doing it for just over a year, so yeah, still enjoying it, which is good. Whereabouts are you from? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to do Vietnam as well. I've done Thailand and sort of surrounding areas a couple of times. I've got no interest in Bali. I just reckon, I don't know, there's just too many people go there. It's just got that real Aussie bogan sort of way about it, even though I could be considered somewhat of an Aussie bogan. But yeah, I think there's levels. I'm a bit more sophisticated than the most of the average fuckwits that go there. Oh, okay. Shit, that's no good. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And the fact that Ronaldo's gone and playing there, it's like fucking hell. That'd be cool. I'll do a review of it. Yeah. Something like that, dude, could it could get some different people in as well. Yep. Oh, that's probably how you've been recommended this channel, dude. Yeah, I've been watching TJ for a fair while. Yeah, one of the sort of original mods on his channel. He's a good dude, TJ. New South Wales. Yeah, yeah. I just watched his Great Ocean Road video before. That's where I'm sort of down near the Great Ocean Road in country Victoria. His drone footage was pretty sick. Yeah. Oh, that's cool though that the algorithm's sort of working in that way. It's the same with like the short straw. Like, yeah, he gets a lot of people I get, and vice versa. Yeah, it's like me, short straw, TJ. I'm trying to think who else is sort of in all three of the. Yeah, a lot of the other boys I don't sort of know that well. But yeah, a lot of the people that regularly come in the chat are sort of subscribed to all three of those blokes. Yeah. Dirtbag. I said something come up about dirtbag when I was on Rate My Beers the other day, and they're like, "Oh, clearly that's referring to Sam." Good God, that's expensive. See what I mean, though? Like it's probably worth like $10, but the tax. So yeah, I better finish this one up and start the next one, boys and girls. Quite a nice Festbier. I'm going to say out of all the Aussie Festbiers I've had so far, this is probably my second favourite. I really like the one from. It's the one that Carwin had on tap. I think it's King River or something like that. That was good. I would say try plenty of Garage Project, mate. They're fucking unreal. But yeah, Parrot Dog and Epic are both great breweries. I haven't had Parrot Dog as much lately. They sort of went off the radar here in Australia a bit. Epic are good if you like really bitter beers, like big, bold bitter. I mean, they do have hazies and stuff as well, but that's what they're known for. They're real, like, big West Coast IPAs. Um, yeah, it depends what style you're into. But that's what's good with Garage Project. They do a lot of different styles. But I would, yeah, I just think if you're first sort of getting into craft beer, just stick with the breweries you know, but try heaps of styles. And then that way you'll sort of, yeah, start to work out what styles you like and then go from there. Um, Try to avoid for going for cheap supermarket stuff. If you can, actually, the best way to do it, I reckon, is if you actually go to like craft bottle shops or actually go to the breweries themselves. Even if every now and then you just go to a brewery and try stuff, like you can do tasting paddles. That's the best way. That's how I sort of started getting into it. I'd just go to breweries and start doing tasting paddles, and then it's like, oh fuck, like I really like stout, or I really like smoky beers, or I hate this, and yeah, it was just a cool way to get into it. And there's an app you can have on your phone called Untapped. I feel like that's something that sort of gets you into it more when you first start out. But yeah, be interesting to see how you go. You'll definitely have to come in here more and yeah, let us know sort of what you try, and I can let you know sort of what Kiwi stuff I try. As I said, I get quite a bit of New Zealand stuff. But yeah, definitely check out. I'm going to do these two beers after like in about 10 minutes time. So hang around for that if you got nothing on. Then you'll know what double vision I like. Yeah, fucking oath. If I if I go to the States, it's going to be like I'm going to go to these breweries and just try everything on tap, and then I'm just going to be stuck there picking out so many to take away as well, and then I'll run out of room. I'll be trying to drink them to catch up, or just giving them away. It's ridiculous. Yeah, cool, Josh. But yeah, don't stress too much. I don't. Yeah, like spending anything silly like that's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. They're just making it more like they're making it worse for themselves. Yeah, yep. Definitely one of my favorite breweries, and like they just try so many styles, and yeah, they fucking like they very rarely miss. They'll try some random style, and you think, "Fuck, that's weird." A Kiwi brewery doing that, and then all of a sudden it'll be like better than the the style is in its own country, and yeah, if you like if you like really good sort of like I feel like Garage Project's elite stouts are fucking like world class. They can be pricey, but they're worth it. Yeah, their top shelf hazies and westies are just as good as anyone else. Especially like when they do collabs with like yeah, like some of the American breweries and that. Yeah. Out of the if you can ever get the Valley beers, dude, the Sunrise Valley and there was two of the earlier Valley beers. They were collabs with Trillium out of America, and they were two of the best IPAs I've probably ever had. Oh yeah, Sunrise Valley and Yakima Valley. If you can get either of those two, give them a whirl. They're really good hazy. Yep. You won't regret it. You'll be like Sammy and Steve know their shit. Good old grannies. I haven't had a cranny for a very long time. It's funny how it used to be considered a posh beer. It'd be like, oh yeah, just used to drinking VBs and draft and whatever else, and then people would pull out the crownies at like weddings. Yeah, cheers, bro. Yeah, hit the old thumbs up, peeps. I'll wrap this one up and we'll start the next one. So, score for this Festbier, I'd probably go, I reckon, a 4.2 out of 5. It's pretty good. As I said, it's one of the best Aussie Festbiers I've had. There was this one by, I'm pretty sure it was King Valley. I reckon it was a collab with Carwin Cellars. They brewed it for their Oktoberfest maybe last year. Yeah, I just remember it being pretty tasty. Yeah, 4.2 is pretty good score for a fest beer. But yeah, I'll wrap this one up and I'll do these two next. So I'll be doing them both together. We'll get a bit of a feel for what a Westie and a Hazy's like from this brewery who's new to me. That's their logo too. And they're out of Wellington. So yeah, they're in the same city as Garage Project. So yeah, I'll see you again shortly. If you just can't make it to the next one, we'll see you next time. Cheers, peeps.